the NBA canceled the Magic City night. Like, why would you cancel the Magic City night? The Atlanta Hawks were going to have a Magic City night, and then Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner, stepped in and canceled it.
It's called Mats Matters because it matters. You heard? Well, hear it right here every week on Mats Matters.
Everybody, welcome to episode 10. Yeah, this is going to be the last episode of season 1 because I'm going out of town next week and I don't feel like recording out of town. But speaking of out of town, so I'm going out of town next week, the 17th to the 21st. So I get my Airbnb yesterday. But for some reason, I got the freaking April 17th through April 21st. I was like, so I checked it today. I was like, wait, April. I was like, I'm going out of town in April. God dang it. Yeah, I said, sometimes we just rush through things when we have a lot on our mind. And I mean, every other Airbnb in the saved wish list was March 17th to the 21st. So I was like, why was this one April freaking 2017 through the 21st? So I was just like, man, whatever. So I just canceled it and now I gotta find another one. I hate sometimes, guys. Anyways, yeah, this is gonna be the last episode of season 1, and then we're gonna take a week break. And yeah, I've got a lot going on, guys. I'm trying to get my life together over here. I started apartment hunting, but I'm not planning on moving till like maybe the fall time or like early end of fall time, just depending on the jobs that I get offered or get, hence if I get offered, but when I get offered them, because we gotta manifest those. So yeah, we're just job searching right now. I've been looking at a lot of like wedding videography jobs because they make like $70 to $100 an hour, and I'd say I'm a decent videographer. I've been improved over the last 6 months, so hopefully they give me a shot. Because I mean, it's a wedding, it's a story, so you just gotta follow the story like any other videography things you're gonna do. So yeah, that's what's been going on with me. It's finally, like, you can't really see. It's so sunny outside. I had to put up the curtain so we could just the camera could just focus on my surroundings back here. Like, yes, my backdrop. And I am going to be so right now I'm streaming off of my laptop, and we're going to be upgrading soon to a Mac Mini just so it was a little bit more of a faster processing and everything like that. I've been doing some research for the last week on what type of product I want to update with. I mean, I do love my laptop, but it's just like I can't live off my laptop, especially when I'm making short films and stuff. And if you guys didn't check out my short film that I updated Sunday, we're gonna do short film Sundays. So every Sunday I'll be uploading one of my old short films, and then once I run out of those, I'm gonna start making some again. I started filming one last week, then it started raining on me, so that was the end of that. So yeah, stay tuned for some short film Sundays. So the last one I did was only like 48 seconds, but I got some ideas. Remember last time, the green notebook of ideas that I shared with you guys. So we got some ideas in here. Each day I try to come up with like ideas. They kind of just like come to me. Like, I don't really sit here and be like, what should I write about? They just come to my brain. But yeah, there's a couple of things that I want to talk about today. We're going to make it short because I've already had a bunch of other things I want to do today. And I think I have to play pickleball in like this league later. So I was like, ugh. And then I work like freaking 6 days in a row. After this is my last off day, so we're spending it with you guys. So this is another edition of Mats Matters brought to you by Matt Bunsen Studios. And another thing that I want to say is I might be creating some merch. So to my 10 to 20 viewers out there, if you're interested in some merch, just leave a comment because we're cooking up some stuff here. But yeah, and I also want to create a website too, which is, oh my gosh, so much to do. That's why I need an assistant. Which, anybody out there looking for some internship opportunities? But yes, I do want to create a website just so it can be a little bit more professional. So yeah, enough about me, guys. We have some stuff going on. I have a couple topics that I want to talk about today. Some serious stuff, just because some serious stuff, some not so serious stuff, but then some interesting stuff that might be a little bit trippy for you guys. Not trippy, but like you'd be like, what the heck is this guy talking about? So obviously I watch anime. You can see my anime picture right back here, just Attack on Titan, Fire anime. So right now I've been watching Fire Force. which is a prequel to Soul Eater. But if you haven't seen Fire Force or Soul Eater, I would add those to your lists because like a lot of people have an anime watch list. And Fire Force isn't one of my favorite animes, but it's like their sound effects and everything like that are just really good. But before I get into that, did you guys see that the NBA canceled the Magic City Night? Like, why would you cancel the Magic City Night? The Atlanta Hawks were gonna have a Magic City Night, and then Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner, stepped in and canceled it. And Magic City is a adult entertainment facility, aka a strip club. But like, it's not like the freaking strippers are gonna be at the game. They're just gonna like you're gonna get a Magic City hoodie. Ti's gonna perform, which I believe he's still performing. I heard on the radio today that he is still performing. So yeah, Atlanta Hawks trying to, But then okay, see, this is my problem with that. So obviously they're not gonna have the strippers there, but they're gonna have like the DJ there, and they're gonna serve like these famous lemon pepper wings that they have. There's another great point I heard on the radio show I listened to. It's like, okay, well, sorry, we had to cancel that. All it was a hoodie, and like the kids are gonna be like, "Mommy and Daddy, what is Magic City? We'll tell you when you're older. How about that?" But it's the same thing as the NBA takes. And last year, the NBA had all these gambling problems from coaches and players throwing games. But then DraftKings, FanDuel, whoever comes in, like, we'll give you this huge sum of money to sponsor you. Oh, yeah, but our probably like freaking a good chunk of our league just got suspended for gambling. And then you're like, this NBA game is brought to you by DraftKings. If you spend $5, you're going to get $90 in bonus bets. It's like, really? Like, if you're preaching, and then when you turn 18, they're like, when you turn 18, happy birthday, here's a free $10, if you spend $10, you can get $500 in bonus bets. It's like, okay, so just because you can make money off of it, then you support it.
Clock it or clock that TV.
So yeah, but the gambling thing, like, I know people who sports gamble, but like, I don't really want to go down that rabbit hole of like just gambling, because there's so much. Oh, let me see if I can find how much freaking like Long Island makes a freaking crap ton of money from sports gambling, and then we'll get to my other point. But it's just, oh yeah, it's okay if we can you can gamble, like it's fine, but it's only we only do things that benefit us. Like I remember when sports gambling was illegal, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh wait, we can make money off this. The same thing with weed. Like weed used to be illegal, and now it's like legal, and the cities are like, oh wait, we can make money off this thing that used to be illegal. Like everything, once you can make money off it, they don't care anymore. But yeah, let me show you guys this. But how are you guys doing today? Good? Hope you guys are doing good today. It's finally starting to warm up. This is what we call false spring, where it's like, oh, it's getting warm outside, then bam, next week it's going to be 30 degrees. So here we go. So this is, oh my gosh, stupid freaking AI overview. Whatever, we're just going to use it. So legal sports betting in the United States generated over $3.7 billion in gross revenue for sports books in 2024 from nearly $150 billion in total wagers, with states collecting roughly $2.8 billion in tax revenue. This industry is rapidly growing, with the 2025 Q1 tax revenue along approaching $1 billion. But I want to see. Okay, but yeah, so they don't receive direct payments, obviously, but the town. So since 2022, New York's 51% tax on sports betting has generated nearly $2.6 billion for education, with funds distributed statewide, including to Long Island districts for schools and youth programs. So that's, as long as you're using the money for good, like schools and stuff like that, then like I guess it's okay. But then you're also thriving off the degenerate gamblers who are just funding your schools. Like it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Like it's not really the best thing to do, because there's a lot of people who suffer from gambling problems, and obviously they have like the 1-800-GAMBLER hotline if you or someone you know is struggling with gambling. Yes, obviously it does generate a lot of money for the town. And guys, I gotta freaking update my computer. I'm in the process of saving up for it, because my keyboard's like over here, and I'm like typing it like this, and I can barely even reach it. But I do have a keyboard here, but I can only connect so many things to my adapter. Okay, I got the mouse plugged in, the microphone plugged in, the camera plugged in, and the HDMI plugged in. My laptop is gonna explode if I plug one more thing into it. Sports gambling, Magic City night canceled. And then this guy on the Spurs, Luke Cornett, he was like, this is not aligned with the NBA's childhood values. But then when your kid turns 18, you just let them sports gamble. Like, guys, gosh, it's only if they can make money off of it that they're like, oh, we can do it. But because imagine if every major city did a famous strip club night. And it's more of like, I feel like it's more of like a cultural icon than it is like I said, the strippers were not going to be there, and they're not going to start dancing in the middle of the game, just stripping, shaking butt and all that stuff. But let's move on. So, see, this is why we love Matt's Matters, because I can just talk about whatever I want. And okay, so here are some fans' reaction to this. So, but if it was a Hooters club, you know what? Never mind. They act like they're going to have strippers at halftime. Yeah, see, they are not going to have strippers at halftime. Technically speaking, NBA games are supposed to be a family and friendly. Eventually, the strip club would have been bad for business, another fan said. Yeah, the NBA is a family event, another sarcastically agreed. So yeah, there's some mixed reactions from the fans. Front Office Sports. I actually met the CEO of Front Office Sports. Very interesting guy. But yeah, Adam Silver steps in and cancels Hawks Magic City promotion. The NBA has canceled the Hawks planned promotion with the Atlantic strip club Magic City. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver released a statement Monday explaining that the league's decision to cancel Magic City Monday. When we became aware, I gotta get my pencil neck on. When we became aware of the Atlanta Hawks scheduled promotion, we reached out to the Hawks leadership to better understand their plans and rationale. Silver said in this statement, while we appreciated the team's perspective and their desire to move forward, we have heard significant concerns from a broad array of league stakeholders, including fans, partners, and employees. I believe canceling this promotion is the right decision for the broader NBA community. Boo! Lame. So lame. Like, I don't, like, this, see, the crazy thing to me is that this is getting more traction than the freaking guys. The coach who was literally throwing games, Chauncey Billups, the old Raptors coach who was throwing games. They're like, I don't know if he even released a statement.
The commissioner has addressed the league's gambling scandal. Adam Silver spoke in New York during the Knicks-Celtics game. He called the arrest of Portland coach Chauncey Billups and the Miami Heat's Terry Rozier, quote, deeply disturbing. Nearly 36 people have been arrested in the gambling probe. For the first time,
But yeah, this is like a big gambling ring. But he doesn't really say. He doesn't really directly address the individual players. He kind of just addresses the overall situation that happened last year. But so my point is that it's crazy that this one night that this team wants to do is getting more backlash than freaking players and coaches purposely throwing games, gambling, and then the NBA after that, the freaking ESPN radio would be like, yeah, man, this is just crazy that these guys are gambling. And then, all right, and let's go to the commercial. Brought to you by FanDuel. That just makes no sense to me. No sense. And ever since sports gambling has become popular, every sports team and their mom is freaking sponsored by some type of sports book. Because why? Because they want the money. They don't care about it. They don't care if you're freaking spent all your life savings on gambling, because they can get money from it. They don't care about you. They put the hotline on there and everything, but they don't care. So we're gonna sell sports gambling. So it used to be, if we remember, when I was growing up, it was illegal, and then in 2018 they legalized it. Your state has ability to choose whether it's legal or not. There's some states where certain sports books are not used. I remember in New York, Prize Picks was illegal in New York. You had to live in New Jersey or something like that. So yeah, they struck it down and it was illegal. But obviously, when it was illegal, people were still betting on it. So they wagered less than $5 billion on sports annually last year. So this is from 2025. They wagered $150 billion, and it's not like you're going to the casinos to do your sports betting. You're just going on your phone. Here's my phone. And I'm going to bet, I'm going to go to FanDuel, and I'm just going to place parlays. I'm just going to do parlays. All I got to do is click. I can just click, and I'm done. I can just open my phone, and I can just place my bets like that. So yes, 90% of bets are placed on the phones, not casinos or racetracks. More than half of the live bets
Placeable games are in progress. Open any betting app and you'll find hundreds of options per game. Not just who wins, but whether the next pitch will be a ball or a strike, whether Shohei Ohtani will get a home run, blah, blah, blah. You get it. It's just so easy now. It's like a game, and then these people don't realize when they check their bank account, like, what happened to all my money? It's gone. It's gone. Like, it's gone. Riggs, shut up. What was I saying? And I'm out of breath because I just ran up the stairs. So, yeah, and, like, people do not even realize that they have a problem, so. But, yeah, see, look, so this guy is a 20-year-old college student. He'd wake up, grab his phone, open Prize Picks before even looking at my text. Sometimes I just check the lines. Then I look at game between classes and during meals. I wasn't losing a ton or falling out, but I started affecting me a lot. When my bets hit, I felt on top of the world, but when they lost, I felt like an idiot and couldn't concentrate on school or even hanging out with my friends. A lot of these bets are just like the $5, like, you put them together, and then you can win like a lot of money. So, but it's kind of like I feel like for me the reason I don't sports gamble is because it like takes the joy out of like watching sports. Like I don't want to. Like, oh, I bet on so-and-so to score the first basket, and they don't. And, like, I don't want to watch the game anymore. Like, I don't even care about this game anymore. But, yeah, so it is. I think it is a problem among the younger generation and, like, college, kind of everything like that. Like, it just seems like it's something. It's, like, a very dangerous, like, thing to get into. Like, it's very kind of like, if I get into this, I could go down a dark hole. But there's obviously I'm not saying that everybody who goes into sports gambling goes down that dark hole. There's some people who have self-control. They're like, I only bet this amount. Like, this is the most I ever go. And if I'm, like, up, I take it out. If I'm, like, reached below a certain amount, I'm done. Like, I'm just not going to do it. It's actually 18 to 29 that this study did. So, like, some of the highlights. We're not going to go through this whole study. So, highlights from sports betting. Severity is associated with mental health. It is also associated with lower scores on numerous indices of well-being, finding highlight potential psychiatric risk of sports betting in young adults. So we can just kind of see they do like a study. They get a group of people, like, it's a case study. So the study provides novel and timely evidence for associations between problem sports betting and various indices of mental health and well-being, thus highlighting the need for rapid development of holistic prevention and intervention strategies aimed at the insurrection of problem sports betting and mental health. So I'm not really going to get into that too much because I'm not going to just read. I'm not going to go through various case studies, different people's opinions. You can have your own opinions. But at the end of the day, I think that it's just because you can make money off of it doesn't mean it's something that you should be supporting. Like, there's certain aspects of sports betting that are not good. Like, obviously, it tempts the players, the officials to kind of be like, hey, this guy has like I told my buddies to bet on this guy's under because I'm just gonna call every foul on him, then he's gonna foul out. Or like what happened with those players was like, oh yeah, you guys can just bet. Like, okay, so there was a major league pitcher, Emmanuel Clase, and he was like, just live bet. I'm gonna throw a first pitch ball. Just you guys live bet on it. First pitch ball, it's coming. Like, just bet on it. So we just freaking, and he didn't even. It wasn't even obvious. Like, you just literally throw it and you just spike it right into the ground. Like, it's not like it just missed, like, by a few inches. It was literally, like, go over the catcher's head or, like, I was like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you're gonna get caught, man. Like, especially now with the NBA thing came out, all these people were like, oh, yeah, like, we're just gonna, like, it's just so, like, you gotta be smart. If you're gonna do something, you gotta be smart. Of course, don't do anything illegal, guys. Do just good things. See, it's just interesting to me how the NBA is, like, when that all happened, they're like, all their media companies, everything like that, were like, this is really bad for the NBA. And time for a commercial brought to you by DraftKings. If you bet $5, you can get $90 in bonus bets. It's like, really? Like, really, what are we doing? Like, negativity, and you're just promoting people to bet when you're just saying it's bad, and then you go around. It's very hypocritical, because then you go and you're like, you guys should download this app because it'll give us more money. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Some things in this world will never make sense to me. Like, I just don't understand it. But yeah, that's just, geez, we've already been on for like 20 minutes, guys, and we just been talking about Magic City and sports betting. Let's see, where else do I want to go? So yeah, there's also a lot of other things that I want to talk about today, but that would be a bit over my time length that I allow myself to do, because I still am trying to update my setup. But yeah, I was talking about Fire Force and stuff like that earlier, and the point that I want to make in that is there's this event in Fire Force called the Great Cataclysm. Where's my mouse? Here it is. So yeah, the Great Cataclysm. And that is just basically like, it starts, so the original world was like a 3D world. And then the Great Cataclysm comes, and like all the beings get turned into two-dimensional beings. And there's this scene where he like travels back in time and sees everybody. So he's obviously, it's an anime, so he's 2D, and then he goes back in time before the Great Cataclysm happened, and he sees like these three-dimensional beings. And then the episode 2 episodes ago, it opened up and it started in like the real world, and it was like a lady who is now still alive, and she's just a two-dimensional being, and she was talking about how like, so basically the Great Cataclysm, it starts off using people's negative thoughts and like despair and everything like that to create fire. So like their negative thoughts create this flame, and the first way they did it was they used social media, like putting all this stuff on social media, kind of creating like a cattle of people who just see things and they're like, oh, okay, so this is what's happening, it must be true since it's on like the news or social media. And the way that I want to tie that into is now is like how we're all just like totally fascinated with social media, like news outlets, everything like that, like what we see goes, and then you kind of become part of like this cattle that of people who just like see all these things, and there's like negative all the time, like, oh gosh, the world is just horrible, like everything that's happening right now is just horrible, like bad, the whole world is just gonna go up in flames. And so it's interesting because of like everything that is going on right now, with like social media and like just wars and everything like that. It's very interesting to see like the Fire Force kind of like, I know it's just a show, but it's just kind of like maybe the creator of the show's theory and like what will happen if we keep going down this like path of despair and like negativity. So basically the world before the Great Cataclysm is like a so yeah, this is pre-Cataclysm Earth. So the World Fire Force was once identical to the real world, but the Cataclysm caused by Adala, which is just like this group that decides to cause the Great Cataclysm and like basically set the whole world on fire and reshifts it. So yeah, so they transform the 3D beings into 2D beings, which like, that's just crazy. But yeah, the scene that I don't know if I don't want to like play it because I don't want to get like copyrighted, because like it's not my product to show, but I could show like the pictures of like the manga panel. So basically this is like the main character, and this is when he goes back in time. So he's like a 2D being trying to understand like a 3D being world. And like, as you can see, it just looks like kind of where we live in now, like screens and everything like that. When the world meets its end, we'll all become paper like 2D. But yeah, it's just kind of interesting, like with everything else going on now, like how in the first, because this is a different episode, they showed like, it's a main lady and she's like explaining how they started the first Great Cataclysm with like, just using social media and stuff like that to just make people believe certain things. But yeah, that's what I wanted. That's just like a quick point that I want to make. Like that was just interesting to me. I would recommend, like, if you want to, you should watch that show, because it is that anime. It's very good. It's only like 3 seasons and it's only like 12 episodes each. I think it's a good anime. It kind of ties in. And then another thing that happens is like there's like the world builders who are like the people who have like their own thoughts. And then there's like the people who are part of the cattle. So like this little boy's with his mom, and like one of the captains from like the Fire Force division, like there's different divisions, like 1 through 8, like they each have their own territory and stuff like that. But so he's like says something to the kid, and he's like, oh, you gave me a name, like I'm now a world creator, like I am capable of free thought. And then they look over and his mom just disappears, because there's this other character and the mom was just like saying negative things about her, like, and then they realize that the mom is just part of the mob, like the cattle, and then she just disappears. So if only that could happen in real world, where all these people who just preach negativity could just disappear, because positivity. So basically they're trying to like put the fires out by inspiring hope amongst the people. So if we can inspire hope amongst the people, maybe we'll put out our own fires, like wars, racism, things like that. And if we can just spread love and positivity, oh my gosh, so beautiful, a rainbow disappeared over my head. But yeah, so I think it was interesting just how it ties into everything going on. I was also going to talk about like the incident in New York, but I'll save that for another day. But yeah, that was just... I wanted to compare the media coverage of that event, but I'll do that another day. There's just so much to talk about. It's so little time. Like, gosh, I just need to be doing 2 episodes a day so I can just get out all the information I want to. Because I was going to talk about that, and then the other thing came in my head, and I just went down that road. Got a lot of editing to do. But yeah, so this will be the end of Season 1 of Matt's Matters. We made it! Clap it up. Season 1. Done. Nice job, team. Gizmo, production assistant Gizmo. He really worked hard. He's hiding. He's like a little camera shy. But yeah, he worked hard. Our big production team that just works countless hours like the animators for Mappa, they just never see their families. My team, we never see our families. But yeah, so we're gonna keep growing this channel. We're still gonna be doing Matt's Matters. We're gonna take a break next week. I'll put out some more short films, maybe some merch. I'll put up some mock-ups, some stuff like that, so you guys can see what I've been working on. And if you're interested in those, they're gonna be cheap, because I hate when YouTubers are like, yeah, I just want to make good merch. Hoodie $60, like, bruh. Yeah, it's gonna be affordable. So yeah, if you're interested in that, leave a comment. As always, I always say, I put my email in there. If anybody ever wants to talk about a point that I made, that maybe they want some more clarity on or stuff like that, I always welcome discussion, because we are a talk show. Talking is going to be done. Excuse me. But yes, I am going out of town next week, so that'll be fun. And I can't believe I got the wrong Airbnb date. So yeah, I'm going to fix that, guys. Don't you worry, because I already found some good alternatives. But yeah, this is the end of Season 1. So first, we just want to end by saying thank you to everybody who has watched the 9 episodes before this one. We appreciated all the comments, the views, the feedback, everything like that. I truly do greatly appreciate it, because it will help me be better, just saying information that I found out, doing research, stuff like that, and it'll just allow me to become a better talk show host. And we're going to continue to grow. We're going to continue to discuss different topics each week. Obviously not next week, because we'll be back the week after that. But yeah, I think this was a good season. There's some very serious stuff that happened, obviously, and then there's some lighter episodes like that. And I do want to start doing some more research on more of the serious issues, just so I can be more educated and continue to learn about these issues that are happening all over the world, because if we're aware of them, we can stop them and change them, which is what I talked about in my last video, kind of. But yeah, so thank you, everybody, for watching this episode of Matt's Matters and this season. We will be back, not next week, but the week after that, with all new topics and a whole nother season. But this is the end. Season 1. Psych, it's not the end. We're having another season after this. Oh my gosh, thank you. Another season. My production team hiding in the back, they can see their families for 1 week, then they gotta come back and be back on the grind. But, well, guys, as always, go out there and create something. Go out and create. Do something. The weather's getting nicer. Enjoy it while it lasts, because it's going to get cold soon. And we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. So we'll see what happens in those 2 weeks. Hopefully nothing too crazy, because I don't want to come back and just be have to do all this talking and information. But you guys, take care. Love and peace always. Peace out. Season 1, Season 2, coming soon.